It looks like we have a big block in the Chevelle. I don't recommend this.
We lifted it up about here and just dropped it.
Oh my God! That's what happens when I leave and...
Before we go ahead and sling this bad dude into the car, we're gonna take one little intermediate step and using my fancy dancy little crane scale, we're gonna find out how much this dude weighs. Because big blocks are supposed to be pretty heavy. Sure, not quite, almost. All right, the engine plus the engine stand is up in the air. That's reading 633. 633.5 pounds with the engine stand. Once we get the motor off the engine stand and in the car, we'll find out what the weight is on the engine stand. We'll be able to take that away from our 633 and we'll know what the weight is on this guy. Anyway, back to doing real work. Check it out, we got some help just in the nick of time, right as we're dangling the big block over the front of the car.
I just got my hands washed from the house.
Right, right. Well, but you just got a thing for big blocks, right?
I do.
Right? The G-Body's got a big block in it now.
Yeah.
Right, right. This is Brad from BradFab's Garage. They just dropped another video for his channel on the G-Body today, actually, which when you see this will be like a week ago, whatever. Don't worry about it. Go check out his channel. Anyway, he's gonna help me get this big block stuffed in here. I think it should be a home run. It's looking pretty good. We got the headers hanging out down in there, ready to get put in place. I did have to cut the exhaust off because they were already hitting the existing exhaust underneath. Worry about that later. But that's where we're at. We're ready to go in the car.
I'm ready for this.
Should be.
I can't even make Chevelle and Malibu jokes because Paige is not here to irritate. She don't like me calling her Chevelle and Malibu.
No, she seems to think that it's offensive.
I know. Yeah.
Waking up this morning, waking up before it's getting 9. Got a heavy on my shoulders, tracking down some moments back in time. I could have swore that I was in it, down to every minute. Don't know what I was sipping, but I felt like I was doing fine. Oh my. Turns out that I just got a little bit south, just a little bit north of the Georgia line.
Go.
Really good. It's
The passenger side was a little. Because it's in the bell housing on that side.
And I'll do it again. Little too much southern comfort, hanging with my friends, all playing games. We all started at a full house, ended up just me and good old James. I could swore that I was winning, kinda had a feeling. Last thing I remember, I was drinking till the moon shined. Oh my. Turns out that I just got a little bit south, just a little bit north of the Georgia line. And I know just where I'm at, no idea when I'll get back. There's so much you just can't explain. No, I'm not one to lose control, but I don't really care at all how it ends or where it begins. And I'll do it again.
That dropped on my side. So where's yours sitting at? This one is, I think, a half-inch high now.
This one,
I'm like
this
perfect.
pin's like lined up. It just needs to go back.
Okay.
Which means the trans actually needs to come forward.
Well, and we've let them, it's loose so it can slide backwards.
Yeah, well, and this motor mount is on.
Yeah. This one needs to come up. The bell housing needs to come up here.
What,
If
how's
you're on-
how's the motor mount look?
Motor mount is still above. It's actually back on just an eighth of the thickness of the bracket.
So that side of the motor needs to come forward a little bit.
Yeah. It needs to come forward, but the transmission needs to come up.
Right, but if we can get the motor to drop onto the mount, then we can fuck with the transmission.
It might be. Let's just see if it'll come down. Because that really, like I said, we're right at that half-inch mark again. And we're only picking up the front, so. See, that side dropped, but this side didn't.
Okay, so it looks like we have a big block in the Chevelle. It's because there's a big block in the Chevelle. However, it is not all the way in the Chevelle. Turns out that the generic truck pan hits the cross member. I suspected that could be an issue. It's an issue. So we're gonna yank it out and
If we lifted it up to about here and just dropped it,
self-clearancing.
it might.
Paige might have a heart attack.
She's not here.
We'll show you once it's up out of there where we're having an issue. All right, we've got the motor up out of here. It's hitting right here on this corner and this corner of the pan because the cross member down in these cars, look down here, is got a nice C shape to it. So the center of the sump is clearing, but those edges aren't clearing, and it's preventing us from getting this thing to drop all the way down in there. So since nobody really cares about this truck pan, the solution is let her rip.
So even though we have a car pan, but it's like 45 minutes from here, so we're not gonna go get that right now.
Yeah. Although before we whack it, just whack it. I think something might happen, but
like right there, we're gonna need a real hammer.
yeah, that ain't gonna get it done.
Not getting very far.
Well,
It's tough, especially upside down.
I don't recommend this, but we're gonna finish doing it, and then we're gonna try stuffing it back in and see if we actually made it. We're gonna try this again now that we've promptly turned our truck pan into a car pan.
It's now a 5.5 torque to a 6 torque.
So here's how the story goes. It's in there. And at this point, it's actually bolted to the transmission. We got that part sorted out. The abuse to the oil pan. Abuse? The reason?
It's not leaking.
Custom modification.
It's not leaking.
Custom fit. One off. Anyway, that resolved, at least for now, resolved that issue. The problem we've now run into is the big old fancy headers. Like all headers you buy.
I've never put a set of headers in without denting them.
I have a set that has never been dented, that is in a car. Those ones in that wagon, no dents.
Yeah, you eliminated a lot of stuff on that.
I did.
Yeah.
Anyway, like all headers, you gotta dent them out. There's a few spots on these that gotta be dented. The motor needs to shift towards the passenger side a little bit, so it'll drop down like another 1/4 inch maybe, and then the bolts will go into the motor mounts. But in order to do that, the passenger side header's got to be dinged up pretty good because it's only got a paper sliver between it and the frame. And then over on the driver's side, there's a spot that is, it's
Steering
practically touching the steering. So we're going to clearance that a little bit.
What?
He's got his phone. So is this what I'm taking to work from now on?
Not tomorrow.
I mean, it's going to be a real long night.
Wow.
But
It has to come back out a time or two.
Well, I mean, I figured.
there's a few issues to sort out.
Okay.
But you have a big block Chevelle.
I do have a big
We have
box.
oil pan issues,
Oh.
header issues, which are headers that just bend them to fit. That's an everyday deal.
I mean, we've had to bang them and bend them and
That's an everyday deal.
yeah. Okay.
We just had to find the secret combination to make it fit.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks pretty.
You don't get to have the valve covers though,
Why?
because
Won't
it
fit
doesn't
one.
fit on the driver's side. That's why it's not on there.
Power brakes, the brake
Your
booster.
brake booster's in the way.
That's the passenger side.
Well, I know. I want you. I want your Morosos.
Then it won't fit either. It won't fit on the driver's side.
Well, what valve covers am I going with?
That black one.
No.
What are you talking about? It's autographed.
I signed it.
It's autographed.
Oh my God! I don't need this. I don't need this. This is what happens when I leave and you guys are not supervised.
Things get done.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I mean, we only had to stand on top of it and jump up and down on it to make it fit. But
Oh, can't wait.
And
can't,
beat it with a sledgehammer.
can't wait to see that video.